Hello guys, I am getting ready to start reading chapter 32. You might remember in our last chapter that Kyle and his group were working on playing the Bibliomania game with the new deck of cards that they had gotten. And they were getting clues. They were supposed to find a rhyme for the name Andy down in the artifacts room. And when we finished, Kyle had decided that they were getting tons of random information and they really weren't sure how to put it all together. So starting chapter 32. Okay, Sierra, said Kyle, your turn. Sierra flicked the spinner. The pointy tip ended up in the yellow 200s zone, so she went ahead and pulled a yellow card. It's definitely for the 200 section, she said, showing her clue to Miguel before revealing it to Kyle and Akemi. Weird, said Miguel. What? Said Akemi before Kyle could. Well, the 200s are where they keep books on world religions. But there are 2 numbers on this card, said Sierra. Maybe this time we need to find 2 books, suggested Kyle. I don't know, said Sierra, studying her card. 220.5203 is obviously a call number. So the 200s have world religions, like he said, and also mythology is included in there. Obviously, said Akemi, but this other number isn't in the proper format. 2/20/15. February 20th, 2015, said Akemi. Quick, what happened on that date? Nobody knows, said Kyle, because it hasn't happened yet. Remember, this book was written several years ago, before 2015. Oh, right. Okay, how about February 20th, 1915? That was the opening day of the Panama Pacific International Exposition in San Francisco, said Sierra. Jaws dropped. Sorry, I'm a big World's Fair fan. Everybody else just nodded. Finally, Miguel spoke up. Look, let's just go down to the 200s room and find 220.5203. We can figure out the second chunk later. The team once again trooped down to the second floor and worked their way around the circular balcony. You guys, said Sierra, looking across the atrium at the statues. Remember how they switched all the hologram authors when Bridget Wadge did her extreme challenge? Yep, said Kyle. She was doing good till she got to the Russian dude. What Russian dude? Asked Miguel, who hadn't witnessed Bridget's elimination. Guy who wrote 5 or 6 books. Sierra could tell you about him. But look, said Sierra, now all the author statues are the same ones they were last night. So, said Kyle thoughtfully, if they can switch them around... These must be clues for our game, blurted Akemi. She pulled out a pen and her notepad. I'll write down their names. Start with the guy under the 000 wedge of the Wonder Dome, suggested Kyle. Right. Akemi read the labeled pedestals and jotted down all of the authors' names. So these are all authors. If you've never heard of one of them, maybe jot the name down and see if you can figure out what they wrote. Thomas Wolfe, Booker T. Washington, Stephen Sondheim, George Orwell, Lewis Carroll, Dr. Seuss, Maya Angelou, Shel Silverstein, Synonymous Bosch, and Todd Strasser. So, said Akemi when she'd finished writing, do you think this game could get any more complicated? Maybe, said Kyle. It's possible that Mr. Lemoncello left a couple different paths to the same solution. Well, personally, I can only take one path at a time, said Akemi. There goes my dog. Somebody's walking down the street and he's trying to protect me. Okay, you scared him away. Stop. Stop. Saying, stop. Okay, so my little wiener dog who thinks he's a German Shepherd just scared off the neighbors that he sees 100 times a day. I'm so sorry. Back to the story. Well, personally, I can only take one path at a time, said Akemi. So let's go find 220 point whatever. Should be in the next row of bookcases, said Miguel. Here we go, 220.5203, the King James Bible. Ach der Lieber, an excellent choice, said a man with a thick German accent. The four teammates spun around and were face to face with a semi-transparent guy in medieval garb with a fur-trimmed cap and a beard that looked like two raccoon tails sewn together under his nose and chin. I am Johannes Gensfleisch zur Laden zum Gutenberg, said the holographic image, who had ink stains all over his fingertips. You created the Gutenberg Bibles on your printing press, gushed Sierra. Ja. Big bestseller. You need help with der Bible? I am at your service. He bowed. Okay, said Akemi, turning to Miguel. Take it away, Miguel. Herr Gutenberg, sir, we're looking for 22015. -8 einfach. I don't know what that really means. I can't pronounce or speak German. Huh? That is easy. 2:20:15 is Exodus chapter 20, verse 15. Of course, said Miguel. Exodus is the second book of the Bible. 20 and 15 are the chapter and verse. He flipped through some pages. Here we go. Exodus chapter 20, verse 15. It's one of the 10 commandments. Thou shalt not steal. End of chapter 32.